Hi, welcome to Keeneland Racecourse and Turf Catering Company. We're looking forward to working with you to provide Keeneland's guests with a great food service experience. My name is Mike Wolkin, and along with my brother Brad and father Larry, we own and operate Turf Catering and represent two of the three generations of Wolkins to have served Keeneland's guests since the racetrack opened its doors in 1936. Through several decades, there has been one common thread. Keeneland's guests have been provided with the best in food and service. My grandfather, Papa Joe Wolkin, started this great legacy in the fall of 1936 when Keeneland ran its inaugural race meet. Over the years, Keeneland and Turf Catering prospered. It was a simple formula for success. Bring in the best horses in the country to race in the spring and fall of the year, run a short race meet that always leaves people wanting more, and provide a quality guest experience at every turn. The beauty and the quality of Keeneland is unsurpassed anywhere in the world. Our guests travel from near and far to experience racing as it was meant to be. Their expectations are lofty because we have continually delivered a great and unique product. To build a great legacy, it has taken teamwork and dedication, and that's still true today. Now, you're a part of that team, and together, we're going to work to exceed the lofty expectations of our guests. We're glad you're working here, and recognize that in order for you to excel in your work, we must provide a strong and organized work environment. Turf Catering's experienced and dedicated management team is ready to help you succeed, but you must come to work each day with a great attitude, a strong work ethic, and a willingness to treat your fellow employees with the utmost in respect. It's a simple recipe for success, and we'll all get a chance to stir the pot. Make the most of your opportunity to succeed here at Keeneland, and thanks for being a member of the Turf Catering team.
Keeneland is a historical facility with thousands of visitors and many members of the media visiting and touring our facilities each year. Public perception of our employees as professionals extends to the food we serve. We take great pride in the meals we prepare. Grooming and how the public perceives our employees is very important to Turf Catering and Keeneland. Hair should be clean, combed, and in a single natural color without shaved designs. Hair below the top of the uniform collar must be confined. If you're in a position that has one-on-one contact with customers, only a neatly trimmed mustache will be allowed. You cannot have any other facial hair. If you work in the back of the house, short, neatly trimmed, natural color facial hair will be allowed. If your position changes to a front of the house position, you will be asked to shave. Your hands and nails need to be well groomed. Nails are to be short, neat, and clean. Nail polish and false nails are not permitted in food preparation areas. Due to close contact with fellow employees and guests, the use of deodorant is very important. Please refrain from using perfumes or cologne. Many people are allergic to the smell. Make sure you have clean teeth and don't have offensive breath. Although gum chewing in public is not allowed, mints are acceptable if discreetly consumed. No extreme makeup is permitted. Tattoos must be covered at all times in both the front and back of the house. Regarding jewelry, women can wear earrings not larger than a quarter, no more than 1.5 inches in length, and no more than 2 earrings per ear. Men must remove earrings during working hours. Facial rings and tongue rings must be removed as well. The Human Resources Office on the second floor has shaving supplies, hairspray and restraints, deodorant, feminine products, and other items. Always wash your hands thoroughly before starting your work shift and after all breaks. This is the proper way to wash your hands. You should always wash your hands immediately after smoking, eating, touching your face or hair, handling raw foods, sneezing or coughing, or using the bathroom. Gloves are to be worn anytime your hands come in contact with food. Gloves are to be removed and thrown away when you leave your work area for any reason. A new pair of gloves are to be worn after you wash your hands upon returning to your work area. The public wants and expects to see gloves. Uniforms will be issued to you by the linen room. You'll be asked to sign for all uniforms you receive, and it will be your responsibility to return the uniform items that are signed out in your name. The uniform worn by stockers includes khaki pants and a turf catering shirt. The shirt must be neatly tucked in at the belt. On cooler days, you can wear a turf catering jacket over the shirt. The uniform also includes a turf catering issued hat, and every employee must wear a name tag when in uniform. Each employee is to provide their own slip-proof, closed-toe, rubber-soled black shoes. Only the turf catering logo is allowable. No other logo should appear on any article of clothing. The cashier and server uniform includes a white shirt with a collar. An apron is worn, but men who are servers wear a vest instead of an apron. Black pants are worn, along with black shoes. The bartender uniform is similar, but includes a vest and tie. The chef uniform includes a black coat and hat, along with black pants and black slip-proof shoes. Here are some other things you need to know about uniforms. You are responsible for making sure your uniform is neat and clean at all times. Items such as printed shirts and jewelry worn under the uniform should not be visible. No pins or buttons are allowed except for those issued by Turf Catering. Culinary personnel must put on a clean apron before entering guest and public areas. Large purses or backpacks are not allowed. These items are subject to search by Keeneland Security or a Turf Catering supervisor. You'll be asked to return them to your car. Cell phones are prohibited except for management staff. Cell phones must be turned off and not visible. Betting is discouraged but will be allowed only when the wagering is completed by noon. No wagering by Turf Catering personnel is allowed in the dining rooms. You cannot cash tickets or place bets for customers or collect discarded tickets. Racing forms are not to be visible. Purchasing or drinking alcohol is grounds for immediate dismissal if you're in uniform and still on the time clock. Violation of the no-tolerance drug policy is also grounds for immediate dismissal. Employees are never allowed to accept any Keeneland promotional items. Removal of anything without a paid receipt will be grounds for immediate dismissal. This includes things such as food, cans, scraps, cartons, and plastic, etc. Smoking is discouraged but will be allowed during your break and only in the designated smoking areas. No Turf Catering personnel should be taking breaks at peak times, which are between 12 noon and 3 p.m. Tip cups are never allowed in view of the customer. If you do this, your tips may be confiscated. Federal law requires that all tips be reported for income tax purposes. Cash tips must be reported electronically through the point-of-sale system or on the tip reporting form that you can receive from the dining department. Charge tips will be added to your paycheck. All employees will be issued a number for use with our hand-punch time clocks. You must also have your hand scanned by a human resources representative. When the time clock is used properly, a green light will light up. If you have an upside-down ring or sleeves that are too long, the time clock will display red warning lights indicating that your hand was not read. You can pick up your paycheck at the Human Resources office on Sunday after 4 o'clock p.m. Your last check will be mailed to you. All uniform cards must be cleared or it could delay your check. All employees are required to have a thoroughbred racing license. The annual fee for this license is $25. Turf Catering will deduct $12.50 from your first 2 paychecks to cover this. All food service personnel must have a valid food handler permit or a manager's food service certificate on file with the Human Resources Department. You can obtain this permit from the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department. The first aid station is located on the east side of the grandstand, right across from the walking ring that's next to the paddock. Notify your supervisor immediately of any injury. You also need to notify Human Resources and have a Turf Catering supervisor fill out an injury report. You'll be required to take a drug and alcohol test as part of our workman's compensation insurance. All Turf Catering employees must park in the gatehouse parking lot, and here's how you get to it. When you're coming out for Sales Road, you'll pass by Keeneland Gate number 1, and then you'll pass the airport. As soon as you pass the airport, get in the right-hand turning lane. Turn right into gate number 2, also known as the clubhouse entrance. After you make that turn, stay in the right lane and look for the stone gatehouse on your right. Turn right onto the road just in front of the gatehouse and follow it back to the parking area. It's important that you park here. If you park anywhere else, your vehicle will be towed. The customer is the reason we are employed. Always be polite and helpful. Remember, the customer is always right, and we should always be professional and treat customers with respect. Say thank you, enjoy the races. Now you see what makes Turf Catering one of the premier food service providers in the nation. Please follow these employment guidelines so that we can continue our proud tradition. We welcome you to the Turf Catering team and look forward to having you as a valued employee.